channel, guys. This is Alok, and welcome to Whitehead Ways. Today, I am going to discuss about various key terms or the key terminology that is used in digital marketing. So let's go ahead and just it's a request that if you could just subscribe to my channel, Whitehead Ways, and let's move ahead. So let's start off with what is a search query. Search query is basically the query or the words that you put in the Google search bar, basically with an intention to search. So a lot of times people confuse this search query with keywords. However, keywords are totally a different thing and query is a totally different thing. Query is something that you put in the Google search bar to search with an intention to search on Google. So that is known as search query. A lot of times people say or people call it as keyword. However, it is not a keyword. Keyword is something that an advertiser or maybe somebody who is writing the content, who is the blog owner, would instill in his content or his blog. That would be the keyword. So don't use it interchangeably. It is this is a search query, and the keyword is whatever comes in the content. So when the keyword matches with a search query, then the contents published in front of the viewer. So that is the logic. So when the keyword in the content matches with the search query, the content would come in the front of the audience. Then comes featured snippets. Featured snippets are basically the results which Google on its search engine results page only would give. Like in this case, the query is what? The query is what is search engine results page. And when somebody puts this query, the featured snippets would appear on the Google search engine results page only, and they would give the result on the that very page only. So nobody is required to actually click on Wikipedia's result or any other result that might be appearing. Somebody who's searching for what is search engine results page would on Google search engine results page only get the result. So me as a digital marketer, what would I aspire? I would aspire that my results should come as a featured snippets in Google search engine results page. So that is the logic. Now, this entire page is known as search engine results page, SERP. We call it SERP. So this entire page is known as search engines result page. Now let's move ahead. I'll just show it to you also first of all. What is a search query in a live example? So www.google.com. Now I come to this particular search engine, and now what I am typing is, what is digital marketing? So what is digital marketing in this case would be a search query. However, whatever is put in these results, the keywords would might be put pertaining to digital marketing. Like digital marketing encompasses all marketing efforts that use an electronic device or the internet. So these digital marketing is the keyword that has been instilled in this particular content. So this particular thing is a keyword, and this would be called as a search query. Fine. Guys, this is known as knowledge graph, which Google on its search engine results page. What is the search engine result page? This entire page is known as search engines result page. So whatever Google is giving, whatever the results that Google is giving on this particular page is known as knowledge graph. So this particular column that is coming on the right hand side is known as knowledge graph. However, when I put what is a search engine results page. Now, what is this? This is the result that Google is giving here on its own page. Nobody is required to click on Wikipedia or any of the results given down below. Like as you can see that there are various results that are coming down below as well, but nobody is required to click on that. Why? Because Google is giving you the results on its own page. So these are known as featured snippets. So this is known as featured snippets. Got it? So this is a search query. This entire page is known as SERP, which is SERP, Search Engines Results Page. This thing is known as featured snippets, and these are PAAs, which is people also ask. So based upon your inquiry, Google might also give you various FAQs, which you might be also curious of knowing. So that is why these are known as people also ask section, wherein it also gives you various kind of FAQs that you might be interested in knowing basically. So these are PAAs. And guys, this is a knowledge graph. So me as a digital marketer or an advertiser or a blogger, what would my aspiration would be? If Google is showing the result on its own page, nobody's gonna click on these result. Why would somebody click when you are getting an answer on the search engine itself, on the very first page itself? I am searching for a term search engine results page, and I am getting the answer here only. In search engine results page are the pages displayed by search engine in response to the query by a user. When I'm getting the answer over here, why would I click on any of these results? So, what would my aspiration as a digital marketer, as an advertiser, what would my aspiration be? Would be that the content that is taken for the featured snippet by the Google search engine should be coming from my results only. So what should I do so that my content is published as a featured snippet in Google search engine? So for that, there is SEO which plays a major role. However, the basic thing is that your content should be very targeted and very crisp. Google only catches that kind of content which is crisp, which is answering the particular query in the most appropriate manner. So that is why it is always recommended to be making your content very crisp and sharp and targeted, and you should be using a lot of definitions and to the point answers, so that Google can also publish your content as a featured snippet in its search engine's result page. Got it? Now let's move ahead and see various other kinds of terms that we might be using in Google. So guys, as I told you, this is a search query. What is digital marketing is a search query. Now, can you see this ad coming over here? There is a symbol of ad. This means that this is a paid result. This is a paid result. And when I come over here in the search bar also, let's explore something more. What is digital marketing? So it does not give me any paid result. However, these are what? There is no ad coming over here. There is no symbol of ad that is coming over here. So what is this? This is an organic result. This is an organic result. What is organic? Organic is natural. So organic means natural. So this is naturally coming. Nobody is paying for this kind of result. HubSpot is not paying for this result, they are coming naturally. Similarly, Wikipedia is not paying for this result. Neil Patel's blog is also not paying for this result. It is coming on its own. See, digital marketing made simple. a step by step guide. Similarly, disruptive advertising is not paying for this result. These are all organic results. However, not every time would you see all the organic results or the non paid results. You might come across various kinds of ads also, as you might have seen that most of the times four places, the number one, the number two, and the number three, and the number four places uh, on the upside of the Google search engine results page might be acquired by the paid ads. So let me search for another term: digital. So I am searching for this term, digital marketing course near me. Now, when I search for this term, what are these? Since I have used the term digital marketing course near me, so Google understands that I am on a lookout for a course which is near me. So what has it started doing? It has started giving me all the local results, all the local results. As you can see that there is a map coming over here. So these are all the local results. I am based out in Gurgaon, and these results which are coming are all from Gurgaon. And Google understands that I am on a lookout for a course which is near me, and that is a digital marketing course. So these are local results. Let's look out for an ad because that is what we've been looking out. So the first thing that is coming up is by Sulekha. So again, there is no ad which is running. Why there is no ad? There is a lockdown going on. Most of the advertisers might not be even publishing the courses, and that is why the ad is not appearing. However, we will still look out for an ad. So let's see. Let's be even more precise in Gurgaon sector 40. So yeah, now we come across an ad, and this is an ad. This is an ad by Upgrade. This is an ad by Upgrade. Now, this is also known as PPC. You might have heard of this term quite a lot of times. What is PPC? PPC is pay per click. So, guys, when somebody clicks on this particular result, it will be an it will be a cost that will be borne by the advertiser, the Upgrade in this case. So if I click over here, it will be a cost. Why? Because advertising as it is requires you to pay. If you are advertising a product, would you not pay? Of course you would pay, because you might draw sales also out of it. If you are going to draw sales out of it, you are going to get profits also. If you are going to get profits, so profits involve costs. So obviously when somebody clicks over here, it will be a cost to Upgrade, and that is why this is PPC, pay per click. Any click on this would mean a cost. Fine. Similarly, Sulekha is an organic result. Top 10 digital marketing courses in Sector 14 Gurgaon. This is an organic result. This is a non-paid result. Why is this coming on the first page? Because they might have followed certain good practices. They have adhered to the norms of Google. They are practicing SEO for their results, and that is why they are coming on the first page in competition with Upgrade, who is paying per click. So while they Upgrade is paying per click, Sulekha is not paying per click. You can give them as many clicks as you want, and they would not pay. So if they are not paying, for all the obvious reason, they are doing something really good, and that is what is known as SEO. They are basically catering to Google's search engine. They are making the content in such a manner that it is actually good and favored by Google, and that is why they are appearing on the Google search engine results page on the first and the second position. Fine. So these are organic results, and these are paid results. These are known as Google Ads. These are known as PPC. These are also known as paid results. You can interchangeably use these terms, but you should be aware that this is through PPC, through Google Ads, and these are coming through organic SEO, because they are following certain good practices. Now let's move ahead. So search query we have already discussed. These are the paid results as I have already discussed. These are the organic results. This is the knowledge graph I have already told you. Now let's move ahead. These are the PAAs, as I have already told you. People also ask, these are basically the FAQs that Google might think you might be, as an audience, interested in knowing. So that is why they are publicizing it over here. Now let's move ahead. These are the local results. We've already discussed that, if we basically give a search query which is pertaining to something in the vicinity, then Google understands it. Google is able to understand that you are required and you are requiring to go somewhere nearby to buy a certain thing or to avail certain service, and that is why it might give you a Google map also for helping you out, with an intention of helping you out, so that you reach there and you are able to get the service. Now, as I discussed that this particular result of Sulekha, which we had seen, this is coming on the Google search engine results page, and that is in a organic manner, on its own, in a non-paid manner. So why is it coming? As I told you, that they might be following certain good practices which Upgrad might not be following, or something like that, maybe because Upgrad is paying to Google. However, Sulekha is not paying. So they are coming on the basis of search engine optimization. Search engine optimization basically involves following certain good practices, so that you come organically on the Google search engine results page, on the first page, because we all aspire for the first page. Following these good practices, you get favored by Google, and Google gives you that kind of position on its search engine results page. So what are these practices? Now let's see what is a search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is an acronym that stands for search engine optimization, which is the process of optimizing your website to get organic or unpaid traffic from the Google search engine results page. Now, what are these practices? If you are doing SEO, what are the things that you need to basically take care of? Guys, there are more than 200 factors that Google actually looks for to give you this kind of a ranking. However, these are small number of factors that I have listed over here. There are more than 200 factors which actually Google would consider to give you that kind of a ranking. You can obviously assume that you are standing right in front of somebody who is paying per click, and you are not paying per click, so obviously you need to really work hard, no? So that is why, what are these factors? Let's see. So the first factor is speed. The speed of your web page getting loaded has to be really good. It should be optimized so that somebody does not have to wait for that long. Why? Because Google does not want people who are coming to their search engine having a bad time accessing a particular page and getting frustrated. So the page of your landing page, the speed of your landing page or your web page or your website should be really good. The user experience should be good with respect to speed, and apart from that, if he's accessing the content through mobile, then it should be mobile responsive as well. The content which people are looking forward to have, they should be finding their content really well. They should be able to explore your website well. They should be interesting in your content. They should be able to engage with your content, and the content should be really good. The dwell times, what are dwell times? Dwell times is the amount of time somebody spends on your website. So the dwell time should also be really good. you know what does dwell time convey? Dwell time conveys that somebody is really interested in your content. Why would somebody spend 10 to 15 minutes reading your content? They would only spend it if they are interested in your content. So that Google looks for dwell time. If some website is getting a good dwell time, it itself proves that what the website is really good, it is engaging. Similarly, bounces should be low. What is a bounce would be that somebody visiting your website, and they are visiting your website, however They only move to the first page, they never go to the second page, and after the first page they move out. So somebody coming to your website, they are visiting your website, they are reading your page, and they are not going to another page. That would be a bounce. So what does it convey? That somebody was not really convinced with your website, and that is the reason they never moved to your second page. So what would that convey? That the people are not interested in your website. They were only interested in one page and they moved out. So bounce is a factor which is really bad, and you should consider that you should be having lowest possible bounce rates. Security of the website. What is security? Your URL should be HTTPS. You should be having these kind of logs, a security certificate. This is crucial these days. So Google is not going to give you a ranking if you are getting your content is unsecured. So that is why you should basically aspire to have security also, and a security certificate as well. Now, the last thing which I come on to is the backlinks. What is a backlink? Backlinks are the incoming links to my website. What are backlinks? Backlinks are the incoming links to my website. There is a website which is giving you or your website a link. So that link which is coming from another website to my website is a backlink. In SEO, backlinks play a huge role. Why? Because backlinks are basically the vote. They are like the vote. They are like the reference. If you imagine in your day-to-day scenario that if somebody refers that this particular person is really good, but the referrer is himself not trustworthy, would you actually believe that referrer? No. And would you actually believe that this person whom he is introducing is really good? No. So that is why it is all the more important that this referring website in case of SEO should also be trustworthy, should also be really good. So backlinks play a predominant role in SEO, and we rather the entire off-page SEO is all about backlinks. The backlinks coming from good and authentic websites only would actually be of any good to my website. Otherwise, backlinks coming from spammy websites are gonna do more of harm. However, backlinks play a predominant role, as I told you. They are the incoming links. One website is giving my website a link, so that link coming from another website is known as backlink. And these are the incoming links to my website. So let's move ahead. We will see backlinks slide once more over here. So let's move ahead. So, what is an impression? An impression is a metric showing the number of users who see your ad or listing. This could be on a search ad, organic results, YouTube view, or remarketing banner. Impression means how many views your content got. Impression means appearances. So guys, when we saw this particular search engine result page, what are these? These are all the impressions. These are all the impressions. These are all impressions. By Synergies, SBS, 99 Digital Academy, India Mart, SSD and Tech, Training in SEO, Yet 5. These are all the impressions. However, if I click on Sulekha, so that would mean that Sulekha got the impression, but they also got the click. So that is why clicks do matter. Clicks do matter, because out of all these impressions, who got the click? Who was fortunate enough to get the click? Who was fortunate? Out of all these impressions, only and only Sulekha was fortunate to get the click. So if Sulekha was fortunate to get the click, Google would assume that Sulekha is doing really well. People are, if Google is giving them an impression, people are clicking on Sulekha. So that means that Sulekha has to be promoted even more. And similarly, if you see that digital DigiPerform and Urban Pro and Just Dial, if they are getting the impression and they are not getting the click, what would Google assume? Google would assume that I am giving them the impression. However, people are not clicking on it. There is some problem. There is some problem. Why are the people not clicking? So, let me not, promote them. Let me bring something else wherein people might be interested to click, and let me demote them, and let me bring them to the second page, or lower their results. And that is why you should always aspire to have lots and lots of clicks. Now, if you have to aspire for lots and lots of clicks, what would you do? You would rather make the titles, these titles, the meta titles, digital marketing training in sector 14 Gurgaon, and the meta descriptions lucrative, attractive, so that people can click on them to get more and more clicks, because this is what anybody would see. Apart from that, can you see something else coming over here? No. So what motivate somebody to give some result a click, and not, and to not give a result click to somebody else? These are basically the meta titles and the meta descriptions. So if ever I aspire to gain a lot of clicks, what would I do? I would actually make the meta titles and meta descriptions really attractive and good. So that is the reason we look forward to have good meta titles and meta descriptions. Got it? So basically, to get the clicks and to increase the clicks, we would actually make the good meta titles and meta descriptions. So all these are impressions. However, if I click on India Mart, like I clicked over here, so what is this? This is a click. This would convey to Google that out of all the results that came over there, I favored India Mart and I gave India Mart a click. So let me promote India Mart. So that is why these, we should aspire to have lots and lots of clicks. And let's move ahead. So I hope you got impression. So impression is just an appearance of your listing over there. So clicks. Clicks means how many users clicked on your link or content you provided. So clicks, as the name says by itself, is when someone has clicked on your ad or organic listing. When I clicked on India Mart, it was a click. Now let's move ahead. So guys, what is click-through rate? Click-through rate is, let's suppose that out of all these, let's suppose that India Mart is getting an impression 100 of the times, but out of 100 times, 2 times it got clicks from varied people. So what is the click through rate? The click through rate in this case would be 2%. So basically, it is number of times you get the clicks in lieu of how many impressions that you got, and we calculate it in the terms of 100. So we should aspire to have a good click through rate. Basically, click through rate is how many impressions that you got, and lieu of all these impressions, how many clicks have you got. So if you're having a good click through rate, that would convey to Google that, yeah, I gave them 100 impressions and they got 5 clicks. This is a result. This is a good click through rate. Let me promote it even more. So we should all aspire to have a good click through rate. Click through rate is how many impressions I got, and in lieu of all those impressions, how many clicks did I got, and we calculate it in the terms of 100. So that is why, like we calculate the percentages. So it is like, if in lieu of 100 impressions I got 2 clicks, the click through rate would be 2%. So the formula for click-through rate is click obliques impression into 100 is equal to CTR. Since we are not calculating it over here in terms of 100, so it is like clicks oblique impressions, but otherwise it is normally calculated in terms of hundreds. So clicks oblique impression into 100 is equal to click-through rate, CTR. We normally call it CTR. So you should also be well versed with the jargon. So CTR is what we call click through rate. So click through rate is the ratio of users who click on a specified link to the number of total users who view a page, email, or an advertisement. Got it? Let's move ahead. Now, what is conversion? Conversion is basically the end goal. The end goal which I as an advertiser wish to obtain. What is an end goal? If I am a blogger, what is my end goal? If I am a blogger, my end goal would be that more and more people should be coming to my page and they should be spending more and more time. So somebody coming to my page and reading a blog maybe for 15 minutes, that would make me happy. That yeah, he spent 15 minutes on this page of mine. So obviously he read it, and that is which is going to provide me with a lot of happiness, and that is a conversion for me if I'm a blogger. If I am a real estate person and I hold a website which is pertaining to real estate, what is going to provide me with the happiness? Of course, the sale of property would obviously provide me with the happiness, but then prior to that, because that's like really a hard task to actually sale of the property. So what is the other thing that is going to provide me with a happiness? And when would I be happy? When would I be cherished? When would I feel contented? When I get what? Leads. When I get leads, when people give me their emails, when people give me their phone numbers, that is a work coming to me. That is like, I am getting the emails. I would actually put them into mailer list and maybe start sending them photographs of the properties in the vicinity. I might go ahead and send them newsletters, and tomorrow I might even lead them to sales also. So that is why conversion would be somebody filling up my contact form. Similarly, a click on a button can be a conversion. A click on a submit button, somebody downloading my form can be a conversion for somebody. Somebody filling up a lead form can be a conversion. Somebody scrolling down my page can be a conversion. Scrolling down a page would mean what? It would mean that somebody is like really interested in my content, and that is the reason they are scrolling down 75% of my page, or maybe 100% of my page. That is why conversion is not restricted to only sales. That if ever my sale is there, only that would be a conversion. If somebody is buying my product, that would be a conversion. No, these small goals can also be considered as conversion. So those sales of my products is actually a conversion, but then these are also micro conversions. So what is a macro conversion? Macro conversion can be a sale of a product. However, various micro conversions, like filling up a form, somebody spending 15 minutes on my website, somebody scrolling down my page, these little things which are going to provide me with with a happiness, are also known as conversions. So guys, with this I would end this tutorial. These were a few terms that I really wanted to discuss, because when we start off with digital marketing, these are the things that really bother us, and they come in all the time. And I wanted to basically clarify all these terms. And please do subscribe to my channel, White Hat Ways, and do stay in touch. I'll keep on coming with a lot of interesting material for you. And thanks a lot.